All right, let's talk about something that gets to almost all of us, this modern obsession with success. Today, we're going to unpack why chasing it can feel so empty, and we'll explore a totally different way to think about what it means to actually, truly succeed. Think about it. This question, it's the first thing the world seems to ask us every single day. It's not, hey, how are you? It's not, did you sleep well? Nope. It's a demand for a progress report, and it just sets this tone of constant pressure right from the get-go. And we all know this feeling, don't we? You grab your phone and boom, there it is, a fire hose of everyone else's achievements. New promotions, amazing vacations, perfect families. Before you've even had a sip of coffee, that little ache of comparison starts to creep in. You feel like you're starting the day in last place. So what happens? We get trapped in what feels like this frantic race. We just keep running, not because we know where we're going, but because the idea of stopping is terrifying. And the real kicker? The finish line just keeps moving further away every time we think we're getting close. And this really gets to the heart of it all. At some point, without even realizing it, a lot of us just stopped living our lives and started performing them instead. It's like we're on a stage playing a part for some invisible audience, constantly trying to prove that we're worthy. The results of all that performing, we've basically gamified our whole existence. Life becomes this giant, never-ending scoreboard, and every time you see someone else post a win, it feels like a point scored against you. It's just a constant invitation to feel like you're not enough. And look, this isn't some abstract idea. The metrics on our scoreboard are painfully real. We measure ourselves in social media likes, in the number on our paycheck, in the big milestones we have to announce, even in the square footage of our house. These numbers start to feel like they define our actual value as a person. But here's the crazy part, the real paradox. Even when we win by those metrics, even when we finally hit that goal we've been chasing, the satisfaction is gone in a flash. It's like lighting a match, this bright, beautiful flame that just as quickly burns out, leaving the darkness feeling even darker than before. It's a brutal cycle. You know what's wild is that this isn't some new 21st century problem. Ancient philosophy actually had a word for this, Maya. It's this grand illusion, this deep-seated belief that happiness and fulfillment are things you have to get from the outside world. It's the lie that the next promotion, the next purchase, the next achievement, that's the one that'll finally fix everything. I mean, our whole culture is built on praising the hustle, right? We celebrate the person who never stops, who's always grinding. But there's a kind of hidden violence in that praise. It teaches us to feel guilty for just being still. And that's how you end up with a world full of people who have everything but peace. Okay, so to really get a handle on this, there's an ancient story that just perfectly captures this whole modern problem of endless wanting. So the story goes like this. Kubera, the god of wealth, wants to show off how rich he is. So he throws this ridiculously huge feast. But Ganesha shows up and eats everything, every single fancy dish, and he's still hungry. Kubera's freaking out, so he runs to Lord Shiva for help. And Shiva doesn't offer more gold or more exotic food. He just offers a simple handful of rice. Ganesha eats that one small bowl of rice, and finally he's satisfied. And the moral of the story is, wow, it's so powerful. You can have all the abundance in the world, you can have everything, but if it lacks real substance, real essence, it's just emptiness dressed up in gold. And that's us, right? We are all living in Kubera's feast. Our calendars are jammed, our lives are overflowing with stuff and activities and goals, we are constantly consuming, and we've completely mistaken all this frantic motion for a full heart. So if that's the problem, what's the way out? Well, it starts with understanding that there aren't just different levels of success. There are two completely different kinds of success. So let's break this down. On one side, you have ego success. This is the success that needs to be seen. It needs an audience, it begs for witnesses, it runs on constant effort. And the second you stop pushing, it completely exhausts you. But then there's essence success. This one isn't about being seen, it's about feeling. It doesn't need anyone else to notice because it comes from your own honesty. And it doesn't exhaust you when you stop, it actually holds you when you rest. Think of it like this. The person working late night after night because they're terrified of falling behind, their work haunts them. That's ego success. But the person working with this quiet joy, because they genuinely believe in what they're doing, their work holds them. It supports them. That's essence success. So here's the question to really sit with. When all the motion stops, when the day is done and it's just you and your thoughts, which one is it? Does your success feel like a ghost that haunts you, or does it feel like a foundation that actually holds you up? And when you can tell the difference, wow, that's where the real freedom is. It's the freedom to finally stop running, the freedom to redefine for yourself what winning actually looks like. And this is maybe the most important thing to realize. You can climb the ladder out of a desperate fear of being a nobody, or you can climb it out of a deep love for what you do. And you know what? The world is probably going to clap for you either way. The applause sounds the same. But only one of those paths, only one, will let you put your head on the pillow at night and feel a sense of peace. And at the end of the day, that's the real prize, isn't it? Not the trophy, not the title, but just a quiet mind. So let's end on this thought, because it really flips the whole script. Maybe we've been measuring success all wrong. We've been looking up, counting how high we've climbed, but what if the real measure of success is how light you feel when you finally stop climbing? So just for a second, right now, just pause, take a breath, feel that moment of stillness, of just being without having to do a single thing. That feeling right there, that's success too. And you know what? It might just be the only kind that really matters.